In this session, we will be studying about the acceptance sampling, which is one of the topic that was remaining in the statistical quality control. So we'll understand what we mean by acceptance sampling. Acceptance sampling is the process of randomly inspecting a sample of goods and deciding whether to accept the entire lot based on the result. So what this acceptance sampling is, it is about to randomly inspect the samples or the goods from the lot, and based on those random samples we will decide whether we are accepting the entire lot or not. And the acceptance sampling determines whether a batch of goods should be accepted or rejected. So in order to have the sample to be accepted, the acceptance sampling should be positive, or if you are to reject it, then the samples what you have taken or the random samples what you have taken, if they stand out to be not good or not as per the desired criteria, then the entire batch stands to be rejected. The problem associated with this acceptance sampling is it does not help to catch in process problems. That is the acceptance, one of the drawback we have in the acceptance sampling. So where we use this acceptance sampling, we use it when the cost of inspection is extremely high, and inspecting entire lot when it is technically not feasible, we usually go for acceptance sampling. So as I mentioned previously, acceptance sampling, what we do here is we randomly draw some samples which are representative of the entire lot, and we tend to inspect all these samples what we have drawn for their quality, and if they stand out to be a quality product, then what we do is we accept the entire batch. And when the testing is especially the destructive kind, okay, and this acceptance sampling, it is usually a destructive kind of sampling. We cannot restore the samples back. Coming to the advantages we have in the acceptance sampling, it is usually less expensive because there is less inspection. So what we say, if there is a big batch of 1,000 samples, we don't draw all each of the every sample, but rather we draw some random representative samples. So it becomes, the sampling becomes less expensive. The procedure itself becomes less expensive, okay, because we are drawing a limited number of representative samples and there is a less inspection that is involved. There is less handling of the products, hence reduced damage. Okay, so when we are going for the acceptance sampling, we don't handle much of the products or the intermediates or the raw materials, so we can reduce the damage. It is applicable to destructive testing. Whenever the testing done is a destructive kind, then the acceptance sampling is usually opted for. Fewer personnel are involved in the inspection activities. The inspection activity does not require too many people. One person can go and look for the representative samples from the entire lot. It oftenly generates, or it oftenly reduces the amount of inspection error. If there are too many people or too many inspectors are involved, then there is a lot of chances of inspection error. So since it is a fewer personnel that is involved in the inspection activities, there is we can reduce a lot of inspection errors that may be happening because of the inspectors. The rejection of entire lots are opposed to the samples. Sample return of defectives often provides a stronger motivation to the vendor for quality improvements. It means the rejection of entire lot can be done based on the acceptance sampling, rather than if you don't do acceptance sampling, what happens is if you release the product to the market, then oftenly we get some customer complaints with respect to the defective products, and that may sometimes create trouble in the management policies. So it is a stronger motivation, the acceptance sampling is a stronger motivation for the vendors so that the quality can be taken into consideration. The disadvantage that are associated with acceptance sampling, the risk of accepting a bad lots and rejecting a good lot may be high. I mean to say, when an inspector goes to draw the sample from the lot, he may end up drawing the bad samples and he may just ignore the good samples, and what ultimately happens is we tend up losing the good lots and we tend up having the bad lots accepted. That is one big disadvantage associated with this. Less information is usually generated about the product or about the process that manufactured the product. So acceptance sampling is done at the last, and we hardly gather any information that is generated during the process or the in-process manufacturing process. Acceptance sampling requires planning and documentation of the acceptance sampling procedures, whereas 100% inspection does not exist. Since there is no 100% inspection, what we mean by 100% inspection, we are not going to draw each and every sample out of the lot. Rather, we are taking out some representative samples. So we need some proper planning. We need the appropriate documentation of the procedure, because since we are not going through the each and every samples that are present in the lot. Thank you.